Night covers the desert. The wind moves across silent sand. One man stands beneath the sky. No kingdom, no army, no children, just a promise. God leads him outside his tent and tells him to look up. And he brought him forth abroad.
Genesis 15:5.
Look to the sky, count the light. Every star a promise bright. Though the night feels cold and wide, God is writing destiny in the sky. What seems empty, what seems small, He can turn to nations tall. Faith begins when hope seems far, and God says, count the stars.
The desert is quiet. A small fire flickers outside a weathered tent. Years have passed since the promise first came. God told Abram he would become a great nation, but the years keep moving, the seasons keep turning, and the promise still feels distant. Abram walks outside beneath the open sky. The desert night stretches endlessly above him. Stars scatter across the heavens like diamonds. God speaks again, look now toward heaven.
Count the stars.
Abram lifts his eyes.
110,
Hundreds,
hundreds,
thousands, more than he can measure. The sky becomes a living canvas of light. Each star a reminder of something impossible. A man with no children is being promised a family that will fill the earth. A future that cannot yet be seen, but Abram believes. Not because he sees the outcome, but because he trusts the one who made the stars.
Look to the sky, count the light. Every star a promise bright. Though the night feels cold and wide, God is writing destiny in the sky. What seems empty, what seems small, He can turn the nations tall. Faith begins when hope seems far, and God says, count the stars.
Genesis says Abram believed the Lord, and it was counted to him as righteousness. Faith did not start with kings. Faith did not start with temples. Faith started in a desert. A man looking at the stars, believing that God could create a future beyond human possibility. That promise would travel through generations, through Isaac, through Jacob, through 12 tribes, through centuries of struggle, through exile and return, through prophets and kings, until one night another star would appear in the sky, leading wise men across the desert to a child born in Bethlehem. The promise spoken beneath the desert sky would eventually bring salvation to the entire world, because the God who counts the stars also writes the destiny of nations.
And He brought him forth abroad and said,
Look now toward heaven and tell the stars.
and He brought him forth abroad.
Genesis 15:5.
Shall I see thee?
The promise was written in the sky. From tents in the sand to kingdoms aflame, the promise kept moving through history's name, through deserts and battles, through prophets and kings. The seed of the promise spread wide like wings. From Abram believing beneath desert skies, to nations that rose through centuries rise. The stars kept shining above every land, a covenant resting in God's mighty hand. And still in the darkness when hope feels afar, the voice of the promise still whispers, look up. For faith sees a future that eyes cannot see. When God writes the story of destiny.
Look to the sky, count the light. Every star a promise bright. Though the night feels cold and wide, God is writing destiny in the sky. What seems empty, what seems small, He can turn the nations tall. Faith begins when hope seems far, and God says, count the stars.
The promise began with one man, but God was already looking at the stars.